Hello, my name is Gary Schneider, and this is how a fishing rod is made. First, we have the measuring and cutting station. Here, we will take different grades of graphite sheets and put them on this table. After that, operators will use a straight edge or a steel template to cut the graphite sheets to the specified length. Now we move on to the tack station, where using a hot iron, the graphite sheet is adhered to a steel tapered mandrel. Once the sheet is adhered to the mandrel, it goes to the rolling station. Here we use a technique called tube rolling, which reduces the diameter and thickness of the graphite sheet under high pressure. Next, we move to the cellophane wrapping station. Here, the graphite rod is carefully wrapped in cellophane. This step is crucial because the graphite will start to liquefy in the oven, and the cellophane acts as an expendable mold. Once it is wrapped in cellophane, it goes into the hot air oven. The rods are hung on a cart and rolled into the oven, where it receives the heat cycle necessary to cure the epoxy resin. This process usually takes a few hours. Once it is out of the oven, it moves to the pulling station. Here, a machine applies pressure to the rod to release and extract the steel mandrel from the graphite. Following this, the expendable cellophane mold is peeled off by an operator using a blade, revealing the finished rod underneath. Once the cellophane is removed, it moves on to the sanding station. At the sanding station, we ensure a smooth finish by carefully removing any ridge marks caused by the excess epoxy resin that may have bled underneath the surface of the cellophane wrapping. Once the rod has been sanded, it is time for paint. Here, the rod is completely submerged into a liquid bath of paint. As it is lifted out, it hangs for a moment just for any excess paint to drip back into the bath. Next, it is clipped onto a conveyor belt where it passes through a series of heat lamps. This process bakes the finish to the rod. After painting, the rod moves to the ferrule station. Here, a high-speed diamond edge blade precisely trims the top of the rod to allow for the top guide to be attached. It also trims the bottom edge to ensure that the rod meets the desired length. After the rod has been assembled into a multi-piece or single-piece rod, we transition it to the handle station. Here, all the components such as the cork, grips, reel seat, foregrip, and a winding check are applied to the rod. Here at the logo station, we use a silk screening process to add the logo, model number, and essential details like the lure and line ratings. These ratings provide vital information to anglers, instructing them on the rod's functionality and limits. The last thing to do is to add all of the guides to the rod. First, at the tip-top station, we add the top guide. The top guide is slid over the rod blank and is securely superglued into place. It is important that the top guide is aligned precisely and perfectly with the reel seat, as it is essential to the aligning of the rest of the guides. Here at the wrapping station, thread is applied to secure the guides to the rod. Each thread spirals down the foot of the guide to ensure a firm hold. Once the guides are snugly wrapped around the rod, all of the guides are checked for perfect alignment. In the final step, the rod is taken to the finish station where epoxy resin is applied to the threads, sealing them securely to the blank. Once the resin is applied, a blowtorch is used to cure the resin to give it a durable and long-lasting finish. After the resin is applied, the rod is inspected, and after inspection, the rods are carefully packaged. Each rod is individually bagged, boxed, labeled, and then it is shipped, ready to embark on its journey to anglers around the world. Thank you for watching. My name is Gary Schneider, and this is how a fishing rod is made.